And here we are. Welcome, UTB Blogcast number 8. It's just the two of us tonight, unless somebody else decides to pop in a little bit, and I kind of doubt it. So it's me, Brad, and Dave.
Is that 3? You, Brad, and Dave?
Yeah, as well. If we're talking personalities, there's probably about 30 of us here right now.
Okay. I'm down with that. Right on. So what do we got today, buddy?
Big news this week. The thing that's got me excited is PayPal on BBM.
Yep, that's a really big step if you're looking at payments on mobile. I think BlackBerry's partnered up with, well, let's face it, one of the biggest mobile or electronic payment companies on the planet. And I think PayPal just exited from being owned by eBay. Is that finished now, or is it still in the books?
You know what? I don't know. You should have asked that before we started this, so we could have.
Yeah. Well, I'm just being spontaneous, Anyway, no, I don't know if it's completely finalized, but that was the thing. eBay was after acquiring PayPal. I don't know how long ago. They've separated now, and PayPal's on its own. So that's very interesting. And BlackBerry, John Chen, obviously jumped on that opportunity, and here we have PayPal right inside our favorite instant messaging platform. Love it.
I'm wondering if it wasn't so much PayPal jumping to BlackBerry, because the same day, the same announcement from PayPal that had BBM on it also had Outlook, Microsoft Outlook. You could do it through Outlook.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that until today. I've been out of town, but I did catch that on some link somewhere. I've been reading an awful lot over the last couple of hours after I got back. But that's pretty cool. That's the inherent Outlook that comes with, I guess, Windows 8 and Windows 10, which I don't use. I have Office 365 subscriptions, so I don't use that. I was going to check it out, but yeah, it's built into the native Outlook app.
I don't use Outlook either, and just looking at the images of it, it just looked kind of funky to me versus the video we got from Ray and Nick, which is, it doesn't get any simpler than that.
Yeah. Are you talking about Ray and Nick or the app?
Well, both.
Sorry, Ray. Sorry, Nick. You guys didn't want to show up, so there you go.
Yeah, they ignored me.
Yeah.
We waited for Ray to show up, and then he ditched us.
So there's your punishment. But anyway, yeah, I did see that. I did see that video. That was awesome. And I did try to. I was down in Seattle for a couple of days at a seminar for work, and the Wi-Fi in the hotel just sucked. So when we went out for dinner, I got Wi-Fi there and upgraded my BBM. And I couldn't find PayPal anywhere in it. That was interesting. And then I think, was it Ray or Nick? I can't remember. One of those guys that's not here right now said that you could possibly wait up to 24 hours for it to show up in your app. So next day, wasn't there. And I rebooted the phone and it still wasn't there. And this morning I looked, it still wasn't there. So now we're like pushing 48 hours or 36 at least. And I rebooted the phone, still not there. Oh, well, time to go. Drove up here, got home thinking, well, I don't know what's going on around here. And then when I got here, I rebooted my phone and there it was. So I get the humble feeling that if you're not on a Canadian IP address, it's not there. So I would say that I'm guessing that if you were in the United States and upgraded and had the beta or whatever it takes to upgrade, and could VPN and get a Canadian address, you could use it. That's just a guess based on my experience today.
Awesome. I mean, I hadn't even considered that someone being over the border, because it is only available to you guys right now.
Right.
But yeah, they know where you're at.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same with Netflix or anything else. It's all based on your IP address. You got a Canadian IP address, you don't get the American shows. So I'm guessing it's the same thing with this.
So what do? You just sit around and watch Netflix about maple syrup, or?
Well, it's usually my favorite show is maple covered hockey pucks. Because with some poutine on the side or something. I don't know. There's probably an igloo in there somewhere, but I don't know. Yeah, right. Well, I don't know. Yeah, there's not as much Canadian Netflix. That's for sure.
I just see this this PayPal as being. This could be something that could make BBM explode if BlackBerry markets it, and if we, the user, really push it amongst our friends. They give the little example on their blog post about, I owe somebody for lunch. Here's the money for it. But I'm thinking even more along the lines of commercial uses. Like, if I know it's not, because we tested it, or I had Nick and Ray test it, and it's not integrated into channels. It's just the one-to-one chat.
Sure.
But man, if we could get that integrated into channels, you could have people opening up their own little channel stores.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And of
course it's not in groups either. Can you imagine sending $20 to the group and watch that mayhem? It's like chucking $100 out the window of your hotel room or something. See what happens with that. But yeah, the channels idea, that'd be interesting. It could be running a contest or selling some products, or it'd be pretty interesting thing. Definitely.
I could just see it as, small storefronts. I've seen people advertising. I wish I could remember, and I didn't go looking, but I've seen a channel or two where they were advertising, their shops, their clothing shops, and come to the website to purchase. You could do it straight over channels with that PayPal integration.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd probably need to set up some kind of receipt system, but I don't know. It's a good idea. It bears some more thinking. So yeah, and I also saw it on. I think I saw that it was available on iOS straight away. I'm not sure when it's going to be available on Android or Windows yet. I think Windows version might be last.
Just the iPhone? It's not Android and Windows yet?
I don't know. Like I say, I've been out of it for a couple of days driving and being in seminars for work, so I haven't been able to check thoroughly. But I do believe it's out on iOS, and I'm not sure about the Android yet.
Can't we just make the iPhone last on everything? I don't care if Windows Phone takes 6 months longer to develop the app for. Let's just make it a point that the iPhone gets it last on anything that we do.
Yeah, well,
just karma. Karma, a little bit of justice. It would feel good.
I'm just trying to look that up. But, yeah, well, we can all hope and wish, but they get a lot of stuff first. That's for sure.
I just think we should be the last group to be giving it to them as well.
Yeah. No, maybe you're right. Yeah, I'm just looking at blackberry.com. No, I don't know. Inconclusive. I'll look later.
Yeah. Oh, it's no biggie. We've all got Blackberries. That's what's important.
Yeah.
I just want it to get down here in the States. I know people that they have their children in college and they don't want to do the the Western Union. They don't want to do the MoneyGram to get them money
Right.
when they need it. So what a lot of them have done is get those prepaid credit cards,
Yeah.
the green dots, and they'll give the kid the credit card, and then hey, Steven's here. Hey, chap.
Hey, Brad, how you going?
Doing great.
How's it going, Steve?
I want to finish it real quick.
Not bad, Dave.
They'll go get the reload cards, and then they'll scratch it off, and they'll send the kids the numbers, so then the kids have to get on and add that money to their account. It's really a big pain, and now a lot of the stores have stopped selling those reload cards. So I can totally see telling these people, get BBM, just PayPal them the money when they need it. This could be something that really helps BBM grow.
Yeah, no, I can't argue with that. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm actually kind of shocked that it came out in Canada first. Usually you'd see something like that in a larger market, and maybe I would have chosen the States. I'm not sure whether we're guinea pigs or whether it was some form of strategic move. I'm not sure why Canada was chosen first, but I like it.
I'm kind of wondering if it didn't have something to do with, number one, there's more BlackBerry users up there. So
yeah, good point.
You can get the word out, but then also just regulations when it comes to money transfers. I know that's different every country that you go to, and I would hope that since PayPal's already there and doing it, that's hoops that BlackBerry doesn't have to jump through. I would hope.
Yeah, all of our igloos have, NFC terminals, so we're already into the transfer thing. It's pretty cool. How about you, Stephen? What do you think about BBM and PayPal?
I think it's a brilliant idea. I think you've got the security of BBM, of course. You can make those transfers even safer. We're seeing a lot of device makers trying to get into the pay market, and what we don't see is how they're going to make it secure, how they're going to make sure that payments for businesses in particular are going to be secured on both ends. I saw this, and I've kind of been playing a bit with some of the features. Unfortunately, as you said, Dave, I can't get it here in Australia, but I'd love to be able to get the customers of my business to be communicating through BBM, and the minute they say, okay, well, we want to go ahead with this, they're able to pay it straight away through the same system and actually streamline all of that communication business stuff. I think it'd be brilliant. Just exactly what I've been looking for.
Yeah, real-time transactions. Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think it's just one of those tools. BlackBerry picked it up, and they're going to go from strength to strength with it. And BBM is going to come back in a big way. Be interesting to see how they implement it across the different platforms. I don't know. Are they doing it with iOS and Android yet, or is it just BlackBerry centric at the moment?
I know. Well, that's what we were just discussing before you logged on, and I'm very sure that I saw it was available for iOS, but I don't remember about the Android thing, so I should shut up.
Okay.
Thank you for agreeing that I should shut up.
Yes, in Australia, laughter is the word for yes.
Right. I'm just starting to blend out of curiosity to see if there's anything in there.
I'd like to see them expand outside into a mobile wallet too. That's something PayPal has to be looking at.
Yeah. Well, mobile wallet is available on select carriers with select banks on select handsets here. So if you have the right combination of carrier, phone, BlackBerry phone, carrier phone, and bank, then you've got mobile payments here, mobile wallet. There's an app called Ugo too, or Ugo, or something like that.
Yeah, I think
see that all.
Wrote about that.
Yeah.
That's nice. I would love to get something that wasn't. Well, first, I would love to just get a BlackBerry mobile wallet, to be honest. But
that's the problem, though. As David just says, you've got to have all of your ducks in a row for this thing to work. So you've got to be wooed by your bank, by your carrier, and by your mobile device, and get all of that streamlined. I guess that the benefit with the PayPal system is that you don't have to have all of those ducks in a row. So long as, well, obviously now you've got to have your BlackBerry at the moment, but if you've got BBM tied with PayPal, cross-platform, then you only really need one solution. You don't have to set up multiple things across the board to be able to do this. I think BlackBerry's got it in spades, to be perfectly honest. I wouldn't even worry about mobile wallets.
Well, except I can't walk into a store and purchase something with PayPal right now. I can't.
Yeah. And that's something that PayPal's got to consider as well. If they want to get more people utilising their service, perhaps finding a way in which you can do that through NFC, through your device. PayPal integrated into that device. You can just swipe that through. It doesn't matter what bank, building society, credit union, whatever you're with, your cash is utilised for your purchases in a safe and secure manner.
Exactly, and I mean that would be growth for PayPal and convenience for us. So, I mean that's just one of the many.
Can you imagine just wiping out the banks and wiping out those NFC terminals and just walking into a store and saying, "Oh, okay, you guys take PayPal, no problem. Here it is, no problem, right from your mobile."
Well, you wouldn't be wiping out the banks because your bank is connected with your PayPal account. So it's all happening at the back end. But in terms of setting it up for your mobile, you don't have to worry too much about, as say, having all of those services running at once.
Yeah, I guess I just meant I get what you're saying. I just meant those point of sale terminals.
Oh yeah. Just have PayPal install all of those PayWave type terminals for you when you're done.
Right. Or maybe it gets NFC integrated, and so you're still using that terminal.
Well, yeah, that's what I see. If they could connect it to the NFC, even if it's just on the BlackBerry side, I'd be happy. But I mean, and there seems to be this rumor going around that the U.S. is just not capable of taking NFC payments, and I live in a pretty backwards area of California here. We're pretty much in the Stone Age compared to what most people consider California. And there's not a single thing.
How is the gold rush going?
What's that?
How is the gold rush going?
Oh, it's fine. I'm out there panning from 8 to 5 every day. But every retailer that I go to has NFC terminals, and we've had them for years. Mobile payment is not something we do here. I haven't actually seen it happen, even though I know there are retailers that use iPay, whatever you want to call it, but I've never seen it. However, we've had the tap and go cards for years.
Yeah.
Years and years.
I think the banks in the States think NFC stands for Northern Foreign Country or something. That's just up in Canada, eh?
There's a picture of you on.
We've got the PayWave stuff, but I haven't seen anybody doing any other form of payment. We're still sticking cards into slots and putting in our PIN numbers and all that sort of jazz. But you think you Californians are backwards. You try coming down under for a while. We don't even have decent internet.
I don't need to. I watch Crocodile Dundee. I know exactly what it's like down there.
Do you realize that series is almost 30 years old?
So what's changed is my question.
Walkabout Greek built another house in that time.
There you go. Very nice.
It's got 3 bedrooms.
Yeah. So is there anything, what's next for BBM? Who wants what next?
I'm
I asked that last time.
What was that?
I might have asked that last time.
Oh,
You did.
Right. Okay, well then forget that.
Has our wish list expanded at all?
No, my demands have not changed.
You're a very undemanding person, Dave.
Okay. We'll leave it like that, yeah. Well, what else have we got?
well, I mean, not to exit there so quick. I just hope that this transferring from person to person is just the first step in this PayPal. I see so much potential here, and I know that, Chap, we were talking, you were thinking about using it for your new business. And I was talking to Dave before you got on about if it could be integrated into channels, not to beat a dead horse, but just filling you in on it.
Yep. Yep.
A possible NFC.
They don't beat dead horses in Australia, they just eat them. Put
There
them
you
on
go.
the bar beat.
When they run out of kangaroos.
Yeah. Hey,
Well,
what's
we ride
what's
them
the
to where we're going, and then we eat them.
Yeah. What's the difference? It sounds like the Donner Party, only with horses. Anyway, what's the difference between BBM Money and what we have with the PayPal then? Does anybody know how the BBM Money thing worked? Because I've never traveled to a place that used it, and we've never had it here.
My understanding with the BBM Money is that the billing is, it's either done through carrier billing or they have like these, I've heard them talk about top-up. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I'm assuming that's like a prepaid option.
Yeah, like a prepaid bank card or something.
Right.
Put $100 on it, and then you can spend it on I don't know what. But could you go into a shop and actually buy a coffee with BBM Money, or like what the hell's up with that?
That's a good question. I really don't know. I just know what's holding that back is the regulations. It can't, they have to do it country by country, and I believe set themselves up as almost like a financial institution to be able to operate it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you've kind of hit on one of the other things that's holding it back is we don't know the full extent to what it's being utilised and what it's for. Trying to actually get across the board so that all BlackBerry users know and understand what this BBM Money thing is all about. If there was a clear, simple way of putting that forward, I think that might solve some of the issues. But yeah, I mean, I haven't used it, and I dare say, us being as backward as we are, that I will probably end up hitting PayPal before I even get close to the BBM Money.
We'll all get PayPal before we're close to getting BBM Money. That's across
Well,
the
just
board.
reading a little inside BlackBerry blurb here, and it's an enhanced BBM money service in Indonesia. Second is an integration for transfer to, and an international airtime remittance provider, which will allow you to gift mobile airtime minutes to your BBM contacts globally. BBM airtime. And then later on it talks about connecting to retailers, brands and retailers. So it does look like you can do retail purchasing through BBM Money.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So what's next, guys?
It wasn't on the plan, but I read it again. I published it for them, and I couldn't. I was having issues, but I went back and I read it again, and one of our forum members and one-time blogger before, but he blogged a post that I would love to get more stories of this sort, and it was Missoula Mariner fan earlier tonight. He did a post about he made a video entirely on his BlackBerry using
Story Maker.
Yeah, Story Maker, the camera. He searched out the music via the browser and edited it via the video camera itself, which, it was just a couple weeks ago that I even realized that we could edit videos directly on our phone natively. I had no idea. But it really got me thinking after a while that, everybody talks about the ecosystem. You have to have these apps. You got to have all these apps to do this and this and this and this. And here's like a perfect example of something that he did, not using a single app that wasn't already pre-installed on his phone. So things like that, I think we need to get out, and hopefully some of our readers have done more things of that nature and may want to get it on the site, get it out there for people to read.
Yeah, there's a challenge out there for anybody that's listening. All 2.5 of you.
Because
go find something go find something that you do every day that maybe you think it's common, but it isn't, and submit it. Let us know. Send us hop into the forums. Send in a comment here on this blog down below, and let us know what you're working on or working with, and if you don't want to submit it, we'll make it for you.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of people know. We've had a lot of people pass through and throw up a post here and there, but we're completely open. We're a bunch of fans. None of us have really done anything of this nature before, and we're open. If you have an idea for something, you want it on the page, let us know. I don't think we've really turned anybody down yet, and I can't imagine us doing that.
I don't know, man.
It's good. Well, just as an interesting example, this is probably something you guys have heard of people doing. From the group, you guys know that I'll be heading to Los Angeles in 6 weeks to speak at a conference. And what I've actually done is registering for the conference, booking flights, booking my hotel, organising my travel insurance, and I'm now looking to do source a car as well, and I've done all of that through my passport. So far the entire trip has actually been managed through my BlackBerry device. BlackBerry Travel certainly did the bulk of that work. Browser was perfect for what I needed. I was able to source exactly what I was after. And I'm also looking at doing a lot of the lecture notes, the presentations, and all that sort of stuff through the BlackBerry Passport. And when I get there, I'm going to utilize the Passport solely as the device upon which I present and deliver this paper at this conference that I'll be speaking at. So just one interesting example of the things that the phone's capable of without having to pre-install a bunch of stuff. I'm pretty sure BlackBerry Travel came with the device, I think. I can't remember downloading it, but I'm pretty sure it's native to the OS.
Well, it's if it wasn't, and I'm not so sure it is, chap. I think you do have to download it, but it is built by BlackBerry, so it's close enough.
Yeah,
but
I know.
I've got a question for you. Well, a couple of questions. First of all, what's the percentage of people do you think that are actually going to be able to understand you? And two, when you say you're doing presenting, are you going to do it wired or wireless? Like, do they have Miracast or Wi-Fi facility, or are you going to bring a slim port HDMI adapter, or what are you going to do there?
I'm going to bring the slim port HDMI adapter. but I'm hoping not to have to use it. So I'm kind of hedging my bets on contingency plans here. I've emailed the guys to say, okay, what functionality do you have and what is possible? So I'm planning to do both, hoping that the wireless option will be the best one. But I would be able to do both. I spoke at a conference in Sydney last year, and I did it from my Q10, which I had at the time, but I also hooked in my playbook. Yay, playbook! I actually hooked that in. Oh, they're awesome. So I use my Q10 as timer, and I use the playbook to actually both throw my PowerPoint up onto the screen and present my lecture. That was hooked in with my HDMI adapter. So that was doable. I am taking my playbook along just in case, again, I need to utilize it, but the solution is 100% mobile, 100% BlackBerry.
Excellent. Been there, done that.
And as for the first question, I plan to show them snippets of Crocodile Dundee first, just to give them a bit of acclimatization to the accent.
Right. Well, that's a really good plan. I like that. That's preemptive. It's beautiful. I love it.
And once you're in LA, hopefully you'll be using Glimpse to track down me and Blackjack, so we can all get together and have a beer while you're here.
That's right, and maybe track down a few of those rogue carrier stores to tell them that even the Aussies are a bit sick and tired of not seeing blackberries on the shelves.
Don't go into a carrier store with Blackjack. I'm telling you, don't do it.
No, I'm jealous.
It turns ugly. It turns ugly fast.
I'm jealous. I might have to go down there.
Oh, it's the very first UTB conference. Look out, boys.
Yeah. So how long are you down there for, anyway?
2 weeks. I fly out on the 28th of September, and I arrive in LA about 3 hours before I take off in Sydney, which is just enough time to decide whether I want to come or not. And if I don't, I can call myself up and say, don't make the plane. And I leave on the 9th of October. And arrive back at
in sometime in
11:30. Yeah, that's right. A 13-hour flight takes 2 days.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That should be
so I get
highly
to live in
entertaining.
for 2 weeks.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Well, I like that. You're using a pure BlackBerry solution for your needs at work, and hey, that's a beautiful thing.
And I'm hoping that majority of my new business will be run simply via a BlackBerry. Toying with the idea of getting a full touch device, so that when I'm with clients, I can show them the sorts of things that they're looking for, and say, okay, here's what you can do, here's what we can set up for you, and have it all right there. Do them up a quote, send off an invoice, and even work through their payments for them without having to go through to another computer or do a bigger solution.
And so for full touch, why are you wanting to show 16:9 content, or?
Yeah, I am. It's the screen real estate that does it for me.
Right.
But having said that, I might be able to figure out a way in which I can use the passport as a keyboard should I need it. Although the full touch guys keep telling me that apparently the virtual keyboard's pretty good, so
it is. I'll
be
completely vouch for that. I cut my teeth on the Z10 day one when it came out here, and loved that thing, and got fairly stupid fast on the virtual keyboard. And as soon as I could get my grubby mitts on a Z30, which wasn't launch day, but as soon as I could get one available for myself, I hopped on that and continued to love that with the increased screen size, same keyboard, just absolutely lovely, very stupid fast in its own right. It's a slightly different way of doing things, and obviously there's no tactile feedback, but I'm here to vouch for the virtual keyboard. Absolutely, I love it.
There's no better virtual keyboard out there than the BlackBerry and the Androidians that say, oh, it's just swipe. No, it's not. I've got an Android tablet here. It's not the same.
Yeah. I've played with the Android tablet keyboard, and oh man, it's awful. It's awful.
It's so awful that Samsung decided to come out with a travesty of a physical keyboard, huh?
You know,
But it doesn't run Android.
I saw that, and I was shocked. I thought it was some kind, what month is this? It's not April Fool's. I don't get it. And I see this thing, and then I saw the video, and I'm going, wow. I mean, I get the layout. It's interesting where they put the numbers, and like I get why they're doing it, because I get why. What's that stupid thing that Ryan Seacrest came up with?
Typo.
The typo, yeah. I get why he tried to do that too, but it's such a fail.
Well, this Samsung makes the typo look genius. I mean,
yeah.
Of course it does, because the typo is based on BlackBerry.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't get it. If it's not built in and inherent into the machine, like part of the actual layout and part of the machine itself, it cannot be sturdy. It will always be some add-on plastic flexible piece of junk that will break down, just like the original typo. Unless it's in the chassis, I don't get it. I don't know how anyone can.
Well, also, it's not intuitive to the device. So you're adding something on, and you're asking it to behave in a way that is intuitive to what the device was designed to be. Samsung Galaxy is designed as a touchscreen device. So you're asking a physical keyboard to pretend to be a touchscreen keyboard. It just doesn't make sense. I understand the idea of having a Bluetooth keyboard that you kind of put off somewhere else and lay it down as if it was on a computer, but to ask something to actually sit on a device and pretend that it is the touch keyboard, it just doesn't make sense. You're not going to have a nice intuitive flow to your work. You might be able to type faster, but the actual maneuvering of the device is going to be all over the shop.
So here's a question. Maybe you can't see that very well, but where the hell did your fingerprint sensor go?
It's gone, and here's the thing about this. This is not a typo. This sits on top of the screen. It sits on top of the virtual keyboard, and it's literally pressing against the glass for it. This isn't sending a signal. This isn't sending a Bluetooth keyboard signal to it. There's no batteries in this thing. It's pressing against the glass each time you type a letter. This looks like something a third grader.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that's why oh man, that's exactly why that keyboard is set up in that ridiculous format, because it's just sitting on top of the virtual keyboard, and you're pushing little buttons.
So it's capacitive. It takes your finger and it's capacitive all the way through the device and onto the screen.
Exactly.
So it's like having a stylus, right?
Yeah, it's like having several stylus.
Right. Every time you press it,
Wow.
it's like being a stylus.
And I've seen videos from Android-loving sites where they couldn't type on the thing, like it. And then you've got with another BlackBerry site saying that this is going to pull people away from BlackBerry.
Oh yeah, I read that too.
The world is falling apart.
Yeah, but in all fairness to that comment, it's consistent.
It's going to tear me away from BlackBerry just long enough to throw it down a canyon a couple of times, or play baseball with it or something.
Let's go find a volcano.
Sorry, folks, but it looks like a piece of shit. Sorry. I guess we'll see.
We just can't make it through a podcast without the shit word being said once, can we? Now twice.
I can.
Sorry. Yeah, stop saying it. It's like a Monty Python routine. Yeah. Said it again.
It's a dead podcast.
Yeah. Well, oh well. What are you gonna do? Yeah, like Chap said, it's insta-flop maybe. So what else we got to play with?
Anything else BlackBerry related before I move on?
Not me. Like I say, you hauled me on here. I've been away. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I kidnapped the both of you.
Yeah.
Well, just a little bit of a backstory. I wanted to get Ray back on here because Ray was on our first podcast, and really he was the one that seemed to know what he was doing, and then he disappeared.
Yeah, you know what I think about that now that you say that? I think he's the only smart guy.
He might be.
Because he hasn't come back. There must be a reason.
He had a good show with the rest of us looking dumb, and then he disappeared. And tonight he said he'd be here, so we waited until everybody else went to sleep. And then
so that's his evil plan.
Yeah, then he didn't show. He's sitting there being family man right now, like that.
Well, you know what? The other thing is, like Saskatchewan has a summer that lasts about, I don't know, 4 or 6 hours, something like that. So he has to make the best of it, right? So he's probably really busy cramming shit in. Ooh, I said it again, for 4 or 6 hours.
Yeah, as I'm sitting here melting in 100+ degree temperature, he's showing pictures of his snow-covered backyard.
Yeah.
I don't understand you people. Just move a little bit farther south, you know.
You must be talking to those guys because well, I shouldn't say.
That's right.
Then more people will move here, but there's what is snow? How do you spell it?
Yeah, that's.
If I move much further south, I'll have a winter that goes for 12 months.
Nice. So anyway, now that we've given Ray grief, what were you going to bring up there, Brad?
Okay, we said last time that we're going to pay back a little bit, and it's a little bit to our community members, and we were trying to come up with a name, a title, some sort of program, something that we could do today, and pretty much everybody settled on the UTB MVP. I'm still not too sure that's the way to go, but for right now, we're going to have a UTB MVP. And what that is, it's somebody that's like really taking part in the community. We see them in our forums, we see them in our comments, we see them on our channel. The person that we're picking this month, we don't necessarily see in our forums, and he better get his butt in there. But he's all over Twitter. He's in our comments. He's in every one of our channels. You know, if we weren't trying to build something here, we might want to just consider him a stalker. But at this point, we love the guy.
Yeah, we'll put some stock in the stalker.
Yeah, you know, give the guy a reward. Keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
So we have. I got these today.
Yeah, show us what they're gonna win, Vanna.
I've been drinking out of this all night, and you can't really see it on my camera.
Is that the one he gets?
What's that?
Is that the one he gets, or what?
Yeah. He's getting the one I'm drinking.
Content included.
Right.
If it's on the forums before I mail it out, then
yeah. It's got Brad's DNA on it. It's got to be worth something.
Actually, he's drunk from all of them: coffee, whiskey, soup.
Yeah.
And we only got 3. Sorry, guys.
Liquids of unknown origin.
Anyway, it's a branded UTB Blogs, what do you want to call this, commuter mug with a nice little new slogan that we have on it that you can't really see it, but I think our readers will appreciate it, which is "Don't be an idiot." spelled with a
Idiot.
little iPhone idiot term there. Man, you just can't see this on there.
Nice font.
Anyway,
Indeed.
yeah, the Apple font. So we've got this, and I've got a T-shirt coming to us that we're going to send directly out to him, a BlackBerry T-shirt. I'm not entirely sure which one. I'm not entirely sure which size. But that's going to Martin. Martin that is, Martin's on a Z30, Martin's on a Passport. Pretty much every Martin that comments on our page that has his phone listed after him, I believe is the same guy. I hope so.
We've got 3, so we can give out to the 3 Martins that we see.
There you go. We've got three of these cups.
Am I nuts, or is his last name Cloutier? It says Martin Cloutier.
Right. And a lot of us, I think JP was actually really disappointed because his Twitter address is MS Cloutier, and
Right.
JP thought it was Miss Cloutier and was imagining a sexy French woman.
Well, he does that every day, I think, imagining that. I shouldn't speak for him. I could be wrong.
We can get him on here and he can speak for himself.
Yeah, that's right. Come defend yourself, James.
So anyway, Martin, if you watch this podcast, get in contact with us. PM us on forums.
You are the winner.
Email us, admin@utbblogs.com. Whatever it takes, and we'll get these sent out to you. The T-shirt's not here yet. Still coming from BlackBerry. We'll get it to you.
Yeah, we'll hunt you down.
And something else, just speaking about the site, Robert's going to kill me because he probably doesn't want this said yet, but we are really close to finally having that single sign-on. He's got some more stuff to do, and he's a busy man, so it probably won't happen until after this weekend. But as of right now, if you are signing up for our site, if you haven't signed up already, do so from the forums. Join in the forums, and you will automatically be signed up to our blogs. If you do it the other way, it's not going to happen. You'll have to have 2 sign-ups.
Well, you'll just have to do it again because we know you want to.
There you go.
To show your dedication and loyalty.
Correct. And maybe you'll get a nice mug next.
There are more.
You can be smug with your mug. But that's awesome.
Mug in the T-shirt.
Way to go, and thanks, Martin. We
you,
appreciate all of your input and comments, and it's people like you. That's why we're here. It's for people like you. We're all people like you.
Going, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one more thing about Martin. Sense of humor, man. We appreciate that a lot. So when you're chasing JP around the channels, making fun of him, keep it going.
Yeah. And believe me, you have to have a sense of humor to work with us lot. I can promise you that.
Humor and patience.
Much patience. Yes.
I'm not so good on the patience, but we've got Chap, we got Dave.
There you go.
That's right. And we can make fun of you, Brad, so we've got the humor covered as well.
Hey, for the last 2 years, I've called Dave my Jiminy Cricket, so...
I don't think I even knew what that meant when he first said it either. I thought, am I supposed to be insulted or what? I don't know. What is that? Jiminy Cricket sounds like a bug.
You never watched Pinocchio?
I don't remember, man. The only thing I remember about Pinocchio was, every time he talks, the nose gets longer because he's lying. That's all I remember. I don't remember Jiminy Cricket. And the shorts, those were pretty slick, yeah.
This is turning into the geek podcast. We'll leave this for John and Canadian Brad.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else to go over?
No, well, that's all we had on the agenda.
Plus, all we had on the agenda, plus making fun of Samsung. Good times.
Yeah, that was good. And making fun of Ray.
And Ray.
Yeah.
That's the UTB Blog Plus.
Thanks, Ray. I love you, man.
All right. Well, let's call it on that one.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. Good night, guys.
Thanks, everybody,
guys.
and congrats, Martin.
Well done, Martin. Cheers.
See you guys.
See ya.